Welcome to Woosh TV. In this video we will talk about the iPhone 13 Pro. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to Woosh TV for future updates. 13 Pro Max, which were released on September 14th alongside the more cheap iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini, are Apple's newest high-end pro-level flagship iPhones. For those who desire iPhones with the greatest features and the best cameras, the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max are excellent. The iPhone 13 Pro, with a 6.1-inch display, succeeds the iPhone 12 Pro, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max, with a 6.7-inch display, succeeds the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Flat corners, a stainless steel frame, a textured matte glass back, and a tiny increase in thickness characterize both new iPhone 13 Pro models, which are almost identical in design to the iPhone 12 Pro variants, 7.65mm. Silver, gold, Sierra blue, and graphite are the colors available with the iPhone 13 Pro. Like the iPad Pro versions, both of the new models have OLED Super Retina XDR displays that offer ProMotion technology with adaptive refresh rates ranging from 10 Hz to 120 Hz. Outside, the displays are up to 25% brighter. The iPhone 13 Pro has a resolution of 2532 by 1170 pixels per inch and a pixel density of 460 pixels per inch, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max has a resolution of 2778 by 1284 pixels per inch and a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch. Both iPhones have a maximum brightness of 1200 nits for HDR, as well as True Tone to match the display's color temperature to ambient light, wide color for rich, vibrant hues, and haptic touch for feedback. The True Depth camera technology on the front has been improved, and the Face ID notch has been reduced in size, taking up less total area. The iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, like last year's models, include a ceramic shield cover glass that is embedded with nano-ceramic crystals for greater drop protection. The latest iPhones have IP68 water and dust resistance, and they can withstand submersion in 6 meters of water for up to 30 minutes. The latest iPhones are powered by an improved A15 Bionic chip. It has a 6-core CPU with 2 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores, as well as a 5-core GPU, 1 extra GPU core than the iPhone 13 versions. A 16-core neural engine is also included. The 5-core GPU outperforms any other smartphone chip by 50% in terms of graphics performance. The rear camera has been modified to include an f/2.8 telephoto lens, an f/1.5 wide lens, and an f/1.8 ultra-wide lens. The wide lens has a 2.2x larger aperture and the largest sensor in an iPhone to date, while the ultra-wide lens has a 92% larger aperture for superior low-light performance. With the addition of the ultra-wide lens, the 77mm telephoto lens has a 6x optical zoom range and compatibility for 15x digital zoom, up from 2.5x in the 12 Pro Max. A LiDAR scanner is also included, which isn't available on the iPhone 13 and 13 mini. This year, the camera settings on both Pro models are identical, with no variations between the Pro and Pro Max. The iPhone 13 Pro models gain cinematic mode, a feature that uses rack focus to seamlessly shift focus from one subject to another, artfully blurring the background and creating movie-quality depth effects, in addition to the standard portrait mode, night mode, time-lapse, and other photographic capabilities. The depth of field and blur can be changed using the iPhone's camera app in cinematic mode, which shoots in Dolby HDR. 4K video recording at up to 60 frames per second is also possible. Deep Fusion, a carryover from iPhone 12, activates in mid to low light scenarios to bring out texture and detail, and Smart HDR4 identifies up to 4 persons in a photo and optimizes contrast, lighting, and skin tones for each of them. Photographic styles are an improved type of filter that selectively mutes or boosts the vibrancy of an image without affecting skin tones. There are options for vibrant, rich contrast, warm, and cool, as well as tone and warmth settings for customization and refinement. Macro photography and videography for close-up macro shots with focus at 2 cm, night mode support for the telephoto lens, night mode portraits that require the LiDAR scanner, and ProRes video recording that lets users record ProRes video in 4K at up to 30 frames per second are just a few of the Pro-only photographic capabilities that are limited to the triple lens camera system. Later this year, ProRes video will be available. Face ID facial recognition unlocks Apple's iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, which works with the 12-megapixel front-facing camera, which supports Smart HDR4, Deep Fusion, Night Mode, Cinematic Mode, Night Mode selfies, and more. Although 5G connectivity is included for smoother video streaming, higher-definition FaceTime chats, and improved gaming, the ultra-fast and wave speeds are once again limited to major US cities. Slower sub-6 GHz 5G speeds are already available in more rural areas in the United States and other nations, and more 5G bands are being supported to expand 5G coverage. When 5G isn't accessible, Gigabit LTE is enabled, and a smart data mode reverts to an LTE connection when 5G speeds aren't required to save battery life. The new iPhone 13 models allow dual SIM and don't come with a physical SIM by default, although a nano SIM slot is still available. The iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max have a new U1 ultra-wideband processor for spatial awareness, as well as Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0. Larger batteries and the more efficient A15 chip have greatly enhanced battery life. The iPhone 13 Pro has a battery life of up to 1.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max has a battery life of up to 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Storage capacity ranges from 128 GB to 1 TB on the top end. A 3-axis gyro, accelerometer, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, and barometer are all built in. The iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max include built-in magnets and are compatible with MagSafe accessories, charging it up to 15 watts with Apple's MagSafe charger, just like last year's iPhones. Fast charging is also supported by the iPhones, which enables a 50% charge in 30 minutes when using a 20 watts power adapter. The iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max do not come with a power adapter or earpods, so you'll have to buy them separately. They do come with a charging cable that converts USB-C to Lightning. The iPhone 13 Pro is priced at $999, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max is priced at $1,099, and there were no price hikes this year. Pre-orders for the new iPhone 13 Pro variants began at 5 a.m. on Friday, September 17th. Issues: some iPhone 13 Pro customers have reported that the Unlock with Apple Watch feature is not working. Apple has acknowledged that this is a defect that will be addressed in a future software release. After restoring an iPhone or iPad from backup, Apple detected a flaw that causes widgets to revert to their original settings on a limited number of devices, as well as a bug that stops users from accessing the Apple Music catalog, Apple Music preferences, or sync library. Design: with the iPhone 12, Apple ditched the rounded sides that had been utilized on iPhones since the iPhone 6, opting instead for a flat-sided design with squared-off corners, similar to the iPhone 4 and 5 and matching the iPad Pro. The whole iPhone 13 lineup features the same flat-edge design, and the iPhone 13 models are almost identical to the iPhone 12 models they replace. Because it's a design that Apple has used before, the flat-edge design manages to feel both futuristic and familiar at the same time. The iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max include an all-glass front and textured glass back, which are sandwiched between a gleaming, surgical-grade stainless steel frame. For a seamless aesthetic, Apple matches the stainless steel frame to the hue of the back glass. The true depth camera, speaker, and microphone are all housed in a notch on the front of the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. This year, the notch is reduced, allowing more of the display to be used. The phone has antenna bands on the top and sides, as well as a regular power button on the right and volume buttons on the left. Underneath the power button is a 5G M-Wave antenna, which is only available on US versions with M-Wave capability. At the bottom of the iPhone 13 Pro models are speaker holes and microphones, as well as a Lightning port for charging. The SIM card slot is on the device's left side. The iPhone 13 Pro variants include a triple lens camera configuration with a square camera bump on the rear. The camera bumps on the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max are larger than those on the iPhone 12 Pro models, and the difference is most noticeable on the iPhone 13 Pro. Graphite, gold, silver, and Sierra Blue are available in both iPhone 13 Pro variants. Sierra Blue is a lighter blue tint that takes the place of last year's Pacific Blue. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.